Hi, welcome back. We've got the final game of the day. Another excellent matchup. So we have got Wayne Kelly on the left there, going first, Grandmaster, and Craig Solomons, expert on the right-hand side of your screens. Should be a great match. Two players who I've played myself on many occasions. Wayne does so much for the UK Scrabble scene, so much more. Recently, he's been doing a lot of organising and not so much playing. Hasn't had time to play, so it's really nice to see him back here playing and on stream. He's had a good day so far. And Wayne first to play. Okay, let's have a look at what he's got. So we've got the X there, the not so nice W and G. Standout play there, which he's immediately lined up, of D-Wax, getting the X to hit the double letter. Some players will be thinking about D-Waxing as a possible extension. The one good thing there for Wayne is that he already holds one of the three. He's keeping back one of the three tiles from D-Waxing with the L there. So, sorry, the G. It's been a long day, so if he draws an I and N, then he could get D-Waxing himself next time. So D-Wax is by far the top play there for 48 points. Craig has lined up to show us that if he had an N there, he would have the 8-letter word Faberden, which would be a very nice play. Unfortunately for him, no N. And it is not looking quite such a nice rack without the N there. Craig, a player who, like me, came into Scrabble, live Scrabble from online play. He used to play in the online leagues, some of the same ones that I started off in. He came in and was immediately did very well in live play, and has now gained expert status, which is 5 years of playing above a particular rating throughout the year. A London player, very strong player. He's got Fader lined up on his rack. I'm assuming he's looking at playing that above, parallel to D-Wax. And another option there, he could play Fader with a U in the middle, so Fadeur, F-A-D-E-U-R, across the top of D-Wax for 41 points, which would be a nice play. Meanwhile, Wayne has drawn very well and will certainly have a lot of different bonus options from that rack, I would say, even with Craig's parallel play. So he's gone for Fader. BU is not a particularly nice leave, but 40 points. You've got to take the points, making it possibly a little bit harder for Wayne. Taking out all those floaters, but Wayne will definitely be playing a bonus on this turn. He has an 8-letter word down from the D, which will be his best scoring option. But failing that, he's got some other good options for 80 points or so. We'll probably spend a little bit of time on this. Although Wayne's not been playing so much lately, I'm just having a look. These two will have met many times across the board. So indeed, we have got 19 games recorded between them on the ABSP records, of which Wayne has won 11. So he is up on Craig. Looks like he's kind of not sure what he's looking at there. The 8 that he's got down from the D, maybe not the easiest one to spot, is Danegeld. Nice word, D-A-N-E-G-E-L-D. I'm fairly sure Wayne will know that word, but not the easiest. It's a slightly strange construction. So it'll also be the first time that Wayne will have been on stream for a while, as given that he hasn't played for a while. He has got things like gleamed, underlapping for 80 points, but yeah, everything that he's going to play is going to have to include quite a few parallel plays now. Got Dangled now lined up on his rack, which also plays. Wondering if putting Dangled there might lead to him seeing Dane Gelt, which is not so different, it's possible. Craig, on the other hand, has not got very nice combinations there. Again, the U and the two I's together. He'd got something lined up that looked like Rubaiyat, which is possible if the A ends up floating in space. Yeah, I think Wayne going for gleamed, which is absolutely fine. He could actually have moved it along just a couple of spaces for an extra 5 points. So just 2 spaces along to the right. Tricky to see with all those overlaps. So 75 points for Wayne. Really not very nice combinations there for Craig. I'm not sure what he's thinking in the way that he's got them split there on his rack. He's got a nice play through the L of gleamed, which is not a word that I knew as a Scrabble word, not necessarily his best move, but Tilbury, Tilbury, through the L. 26 points and clears out his rack, hoping for something better. He's got by lined up, BUY, which is the best that he can score, putting the B underneath the A of gleam there. It's just whether he's going to want to keep double IRT. I think he probably does need to do that and take the points. Yeah. BUY is going on the board. I think that was his best option. He just has to hope that he draws some friendly, an E and maybe an N, or some friendly tiles to go with double IRT. So 73 to Craig. Wayne got an S. Nothing, not a bonus this time, but some quite friendly tiles. And Craig has lined up an 8 of his spotting these 8s and showing us them very quickly. He has lined up in Verity this time, unfortunately not going to happen. So Wayne would like to get rid of those duplicate R's, possibly. He could play something like Lurex with the LUR onto EX, 24 points, but keeps a nice friendly, keeps him ahead, keeps a really nice friendly AHRS. That looks like a very good move. And it is indeed Crackle's top option. Certainly looks like that's what he's thinking about. And there we go. Nice play there by Wayne. 24 points. So he is around a bonus ahead at the moment, and a very nice leave on his rack. And Craig sitting there with the Inverity without an N. His best option probably is still to try and keep bonus-friendly letters. So he could play something like Ivy and ABY. Keeping RITE. Board is still fairly open for bonuses. Nice to see that Wayne has got warthogs lined up there without the W. Okay, so he's going a bit more for tile turnover and a bit more, slightly more score. Verity for 32 points. I like this move. I would be slightly worried about that big hot spot above the E with the Z and some other clunky consonants not out yet. That is more worrying than putting the V in that triple lane there. Also noticed that Wayne had got Staghorn with an N. So Wayne needs to take a bit of time here because he has got a playable bonus. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Not always easy to see when one of the letters involved is a blank. I have to admit that when we play friendly games, we sometimes get a little piece of paper with and write the letter on and put it on top of the blank. Not good for tournament practice, I know. But it's so easy to miss what those blanks are. So he's lined up Shortage on his rack, which has got to be his best move. Very nicely found. And that is going down. Yeah, that would have been an easy one to miss. So Paul Craig is not drawing hugely well, although luckily for him that V is still there. So he can clear out his rack a little bit by playing Virid down from the V. He will just be looking to see what other opportunities Wayne might have made with his play. 114 points behind at this point. So Virid is one option. Quackle actually liking a play through that E of Verity. Maybe partly it scores, but also I think it is quite good possibly to take that out. He's going with Virid. There's still the option of a ZA or something in that spot. Quackle is coming up with Medii, MEDII, through the E of Verity. A nicer leave of AIR. But Virid also a good play. Right, Wayne has lined up EUPNOAN on his rack. And is obviously trying to decide. It is kind of close to not actually a word. It is close to a couple of words, but not actually a word. And hopefully he's going to, yeah, realise pretty soon. Just one bonus ahead now. He's about 70, 80 points ahead. He's looking at unopen. So is it a good idea to play long at this stage? Blow up your rack with unopen? Or would you be trying to keep bonus friendly letters? There's a lovely 6-letter word playing 5 of his tiles that scores 28 points. I don't know if anyone in chat will be able to spot that. It is a lot of overlaps. It's a really nice play. He's almost had it lined up a couple of times. But no, this looks like a good equity play that he's got lined up here, playing NOUP, which would be to the left of Shortage, keeping a nice ANE, scoring 29 points. It looks good. So the 6-letter word, in case anybody spotted or didn't spot it, was Nounal, Nounal. Right parallel to Shortage onto the L of Gleaned, which would have been really nice. It's only the same amount of points, 28 points. Well, almost the same, keeping NPE. That would have been a very nice play. Noop, now it looks excellent too. I'm just looking at Craig and the hat. I've been thinking maybe I should wear a hat for tournaments. I know I have absolutely no poker face whatsoever, and I think it does make it harder for players to, your opponent to perhaps read you if you can. I think, yeah, good thing to hide under. Craig, quite difficult to read. Wayne has gone for NOUP, 429. And I think that was possibly, Craig was looking at playing MOUP there. Possibly that was what he had got lined up as well. So he's now having to look elsewhere. And he has got some scoring options on the place that the spot that has been created by Wayne there. I want to tell Wayne to alphabetize his rack so I can look at it more easily. I'm going to have to keep jotting them down. I can only see things when they're alphabetized. So in terms of just scoring points, something like Puma, P-U-M-A, making P-U-H is a good option for Craig. IOT, maybe not the best of leaves, but a lot of points to turn down. And Wayne has got his tiles split, presumably into ones that he's thinking of playing and thinking of keeping. But to the left of Noop or Naup is where Craig's going to be looking to play. He's looking at UMP, which is one of Quackle's top choices. 37 points. Neither of them particularly fast or particularly slow players, both normally pretty good at just using their time. I'm just having a look at their standings so far to see how they are both doing. I know Wayne was, Wayne is on 4 wins, so 4-2, and Craig the same. So both, doing similarly well, also similar. Wayne slightly ahead on spread, but similar. And UMP was one of Quackle's top choices. So nice play there by Craig, 37 points. Wayne's still a bonus ahead with sort of bonus-friendly letters, but possibly can't score that much, so not quite clear what he should do. The GOE is probably his best. Yeah, good. There we go. For score and leave, he can score 26 points. And again, another really strong equity play, putting him over 100 ahead and keeping a very friendly AENT on his rack. Craig has what looks like quite a hopeful sort of rack there, but I don't believe he's actually got anything playable. We're a little bit running out of floaters on the board. I'm just looking at both of them actually to see whether there are any tells. It's always interesting. Wayne has drawn such a nice rack, but there's nothing particularly to give any clues there that he's got such great tiles. Craig has correctly, I think, split the FA away from the rest of his rack. Because those are the two tiles that probably are less bonus friendly and that he can, well, not the A, but he can actually score with them. He can score in the spot that I kept looking at for the possible for the Z. He can play the FA there for 30 points, keeping nice bonus friendly tiles. But I'm presuming that next time Wayne is likely to be bonusing from the D, probably. So he's got them, I always have my tiles like Craig, I've always got them in a 7 like that on my rack, so presumably people can't, well, in theory, people can't tell whether you've got a bonus or not, although I'm told that I have lots of tells when I play. Wayne did have his separated out. And back together again now. These are the sort of things that can give your opponents clues as to what you've got. And yet, nice play again by Craig. 30 points there, just puts him 1 bonus behind. But little known to him, he's about to be 2 bonuses behind. Actually, I'm not absolutely sure. I said Wayne is getting to bonus from the D, but I'm not sure he has one from the D. So, but he does have plenty of bonus options. Again, Craig has spotted a 7, lined it up on his rack. And it does, Craig's 7 does play, making Gorer, G-O-R-E-R. Wayne's highest scoring move is 84, if anybody in the chat can see it. It's a pretty, well, obviously a high probability bonus with those letters, but he can score 84, and then he has others in the 70s. But it is unlikely, I would say it's unlikely to be playing in the spot where Craig's bonus is fitting, so likely to be seeing bonuses from both of them. I would be cycling through the alphabet, going through all the many options that he wants to be. He hasn't got one from the D. He needs to be looking at the most possible overlaps, really, underneath the RITY of Verity is where his best option is. This is the sort of rack that I just hate having on stream because I just think I've got 200 options that everybody's commenting about and I can't see them or can't see what the best one is. And there we go. Very nice. That is indeed his best. Highest score, 84 points. Craig going to be very disappointed to see that going down just as he was about to draw kind of more or less level. He now finds himself 2 bonuses behind, but still quite a lot of game to play. Just realising that actually, so Wayne has challenged. And for some reason, when, is it Gora that he's checking? Was it just Gora that he was checking? Yeah. Yeah. I actually thought that was okay as well. So, yeah. I've just realised what the 2 5s are from that. Not in fact Gora. So even more of a blow, unfortunately, for Craig. Obviously, he's not going to be given a spot for that bonus. Wayne got the J and the Z now for scoring potential. He's 150 ahead. He can afford to just try and take some points with either the J or the Z. So he's going for the Z first of all, playing Zona. He had a very nice and very unlikely to spot play through the ODA. He could have played a double-double without using the J or the Z of Nodation, which would have been very Nigel-y for 40 points, keeping the J and the Z. I don't think many people are going to be seeing that. And Craig, always horrible when you've had a bonus challenged off. You're quite far behind and you just know it's unlikely there's going to be a lane. Quackle giving a possible opening up by playing LI, making limos, top left. I always think the problem with that, opening a 9 timer like that, it's just going to get killed straight away. I don't know if Quackle doesn't take into account the human element somehow and thinks that the opponent might play elsewhere, but yeah. Okay. So, less said about the next move, the better, but Craig playing off the C and the T. There are 2 S's unseen, and he is holding one of them. But little does he know that he has given Wayne a massive scoring spot there. It's going down. Jinx going down straight away. Nothing really to think about there. Really unlucky because there was only one other S unseen. And of course, for Wayne to be sitting on it and be able to score 70 was pretty unlikely. But there you go. It happened. And QI gone down straight away from Craig. Again, nothing really to think about. His chances of winning this game, unfortunately, got to be pretty close to 0 at this point. He is 2 bonuses behind. $460 to Wayne already. Hit a slightly dodgy looking rack, but hopefully it won't matter. So would he be looking to take out bonus lanes or just to score? I don't normally like to see the W. It's a horrible, horrible tile. But he could keep the W and he could play TAI for 27 points to the right of shortage, making 3 longer words there, most PUHA and POI. So it's a nice score, 27 points. But he might be wanting to look at those lanes at the bottom of the board and seeing if he can kill any of the spots there. He's got owie lined up, which is a move that was played in a game that I was playing yesterday. My son was there and asking what it meant. Pretty sure it's like an injury or an exclamation on an injury. So Owie plays for 16 points, but not necessarily positionally. I guess it is fine. It kind of restricts it just hooks on top of the N of Artesian. Wayne quite low on time. Yeah, that looks fine. Playing an Owie there. I believe it does take an S. Wayne so far ahead now, he should be fine. He's nearly 200 ahead. Craig's rack is nearly okay, but sadly not quite. He's going to be forced to play off probably a couple of those tiles for not too much score. He could always cash in the H, making mosh to the top left. Either OH or EH there would be a good option. 30 points, leaving nice tiles on his rack. So very unlikely to win from this position, but he can certainly cut the spread down if he can get another bonus down. So Wayne not quite got oatmeal, but oatmeal on his rack. Okay, so an HE the other side at the top from Craig. Interesting play, slightly fewer points, but opening a lane there for a D, although I don't believe there is a D unseen. It's 28 as opposed to 30, it's very little difference. Right, and Craig has hit certainly some sevens. There are a number of sevens from that rack, which are currently playable. Is Wayne going to be able to manage to block? I suspect not all of them. Kostrel, the one that's lined up. I think I can't remember if there are 4 or 5 sevens from that rack, but Kostrel plays onto making owies for a nice score. Wayne unusually low on time. He must be reasonably confident he's got the win in the bag. I suppose there is, though, the outside chance. Just checking if there's enough tiles left for Craig to have 2 bonuses, which is what he needs. He's lining up all of the different sevens there for us to have a look at. There are indeed quite a few. And there are just about enough. Depends. Wayne needs to play a slightly longer word, I think. Do you get to the end? He's actually got male boat there with a B. I wonder if he's thinking that he's got some bonus there. Quackle liking playing long, and taking out a lot of the bonus lanes is a really nice move available. Not a word that I know, a 6-letter word, Tomial, just underneath the AN of Artesian. 24 points. Presumably does not take an S, knocks out quite a few of those bonus lanes. That would be a bit of a killer. But it's as a 6 that doesn't take an S, not words that Scrabble players tend to study, not initially anyway. So given that that is a very tricky spot, there are various kind of 3- and 4-letter plays that will score around 20 and should keep things fairly safe. And he has gone for oat just to restrict those lanes. And a good job there of blocking Kostrel. Craig playing quickly to put Wayne under time pressure, I suspect. Plus, I'm not sure he had many different options at that point. Yeah, Lectors was by far his best play. The only other one that he had was Crottles through the T. Interestingly, Quackle has got another option for him of what we saw in the last game, not bonusing at that point. So he could have played Telco, Telco, leaving the O in the triple lane, because a 9-timer would obviously be a better chance for him of winning. But again, that 9-timer lane is not staying there. All of Quackle's options, which it sees as very, very slight winning chances, involve not bonusing, but a really difficult thing to do at that stage and to work out what the best option would be. So Wayne home and dry, trying to work out his best play there. Is he going to spot his bonus? The hook, which I missed when I thought that demos was being set up. I missed the other front hook for EMOS. Is Wayne going to spot it? He will absolutely know the 7, 100%. I hope he's not upset afterwards when he realises that he didn't see the hook for this. Okay. So nothing wrong with that. Mensa. Nice intelligent play to finish off. But yeah, he had Miniola and Memos. Mensa has given Rick Bivia, which is going down pretty quickly, down to the right-hand side. Wayne got his tiles lined up ready because he's only got a few seconds. He's got his tiles lined up. Oil, there we go. 8 points and out. And managed to avoid going over time. Stressful at the end there. Okay, so Wayne's still well over 500. I believe 527 to Wayne and 423. It's a nice win there for Wayne. Some tricky racks for Craig. And yeah, Gora, a mistake that I think I would have made despite the fact that I know the 2 5s perfectly well. I think I've made that mistake before.